And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't necessarily agree with the tactics that A Current Affair uses in a lot of instances for the kind of shock investigative in journalism that they do a lot of the time. However, I disagree with you in the stories that they've ran about you. They haven't done their due diligence, or they haven't shown their receipts, or they haven't spoken to numerous sources, or they weren't even fair in their reporting, because they did give you an opportunity to respond to their claims, right? But I do find it interesting that you yourself have uploaded their content on your own website, but you did manage to edit out the video of the abuse that you perpetrated on Barinja Rose. But if you go to YouTube and watch the video in full, it's still there. That's very interesting to me. But for someone who loves threatening legal action, you haven't tried to sue A Current Affair for reputational damage to your character in the civil court. If you believe this was all lies, or even that they didn't do their due diligence before they presented that story, why haven't you gone down that path? You keep demanding from me to provide the receipts, but you seem to be forgetting the first video I made about you was a stitch of a woman that you threatened, and you threatened the safety of her and her children. That's how we even fucking got here. Nothing to do with Stuart Adams, bro. Being in the DV advocacy space for quite some time, I have been aware of you. You were on my radar. I had seen the Current Affair stories, and a lot of people had personally reached out to me previous to this happening about you and what you are doing. I was already aware of it, but I did only make that video last week. But I did speak out, and I was clear on this, that I was speaking out in support of this creator because I knew that I had a bigger following and I wasn't scared of you, and she was. But what I did say is that I will do my due diligence and independent research, and I'm in the process of doing that. And part of that process, bro, will be contacting you and giving you a chance to respond, right? I promise you I'll do that. But in the meantime, Shane, and I don't know why I'm the one telling you this, because I'm nearly 100% sure you're already participating in this behavior, but you could just type your name into the search bar and you will see that you have already been tagged in numerous videos by women that show the screenshots and receipts of you personally threatening them and their children. You could do that in the meantime while I'm busy doing my job. But you're the one that loves giving heads up and definitely not threats, apparently. I'll just give you a heads up. It could take me a week to research, write, get an article published about you from an ethical journalism standpoint. I would stand up in a court of law for all legal purposes. Or it could take a year depending on the rabbit hole I go down. So you can be rest assured that no matter how long it takes, everything I do will be backed up with substantial evidence and research, speaking to a number of credible sources, right? I promise you that, because you seem very concerned about that. But speaking of credible sources, so I'm currently investigating the adult crime legislation, where 20 extra offences were passed in the Queensland Parliament last week. And this seems to be an issue that you're also passionate about and that you have been outspoken on. But the problem with using you as a source for that, for instance, you have no credibility because of your histories of lies, abuse, violence and manipulation in general. So I couldn't use someone like you. So I hope that's clear what that means. Anyway, Shane, I hope this clears up any confusion and shows you how much effort I will go to back up the things that I do say, because you seem very concerned about that. The day you deserve.